Hey there, this is coinmetallurgist. What I have for you today is a box of $25 worth of pennies. Coin roll hunting in pennies, not looking for silver or anything like that. Just pulling out everything that's older. If there was something that was like like a proof coin that accidentally got put into circulation, I'd pull it out. Uncirculated coins, any copper pennies, I'll pull out. The only reason that I'm gonna be looking through this box is I have a nephew who wants to collect the Lincoln cents, and so I told him I'd get a box and that he can look through them. I went to the bank and I actually got a box at one bank and opened it up, and it was almost entirely 2015 cents. There's another video previous to this one about that. And I went back to a different bank and I looked at some of the coins they had, some of the pennies, and it was all pretty much 2015s. So where I actually got this box was at the grocery store, and they're older, so that should be great for him trying to find, the more recent Lincoln cents, but not all just this year. So he should be able to get the last few decades out of this box. And I will finish this video and I'll let you know anything that I pulled out of here, if I find any wheat heads, Canadian cents, or how many copper pennies there are inside here. When I used to, years and years ago, when I used to look through penny boxes to get out all the copper cents, I think I would find about 1 in 5 pennies was a copper cent. So it'll be interesting to see what that ratio is now, if it's changed considerably or if it's about the same still. I would not expect it to increase as more and more people take those copper ones out of circulation. And just in case you're wondering, the reason for that is because the copper content of the copper pennies is actually worth more than 1 cent. So someday, if the U.S. ever said, oh, it's legal now to melt down pennies or melt down coins, they could get melted down for their copper content. And I'm sure that there are people out there that do it illegally anyways, but I'm not looking to do that. So I will finish up this video after I open up all these rolls. Okay, so I have finished going through the box of pennies. So there's $25 of 1 cent coins, 2,500 coins. I've separated out the copper pennies. They're about exactly 1/5 of the coins were copper pennies. There's about 500 in here. Then there's a few wheat heads actually. So there's a little bit over, just barely over 1/5 of the coins were copper that I'll keep. And this bucket looks a lot fuller because there's nickels underneath these pennies. So about 500 of these copper pennies, and what I'll do with these is I keep all of the copper pennies and I sort them by roll for year and mint mark. So I put them into different rolls, and then when the roll's full, I'll seal it up, and then I'll start another roll, and I just keep them that way for convenience. If someone wants to collect them, I can easily just go back and get one of each year for them. So some of the nicer stuff that I found, I have one Canadian penny from 1969. There you go. And 8 wheat head cents. From oldest to newest here, we have a 1952 D. Two 1950s. Sorry, one 1950 D and 2 1950s, I believe. Oh, now I got them all mixed up. Never mind. Just one 1950 and one 1950D. I have 1945. Two of those. Two 1944s. And a 1936. So, you know, to tell you the truth, searching through 2,500 pennies to be able to pull out the copper ones, pull out the wheat heads, really isn't worth it to me. You know, I have tens of thousands of these wheat heads. You know, unless I'm going to find something very rare, it's not of real value. You know, if we could take these copper pennies and directly get, you know, like 2 cents or whatever for them, yeah, it would be great, but we can't do that. You know, just to reiterate again, really the only reason that I was looking through pennies was I was trying to fill a coin folder for my nephew. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be doing this anymore. Maybe someday if I get a, you know, an automatic coin sorter, where it automatically sorts the copper from the zinc pennies, then I would be more inclined to search through these to pull out the copper ones. But it's really very time intensive, and the reward that comes from it is not worth the time that invested. But you know, that being said, I'm satisfied with the fact that 1 in every 5 pennies is a copper penny, and 8 wheat heads was far more than I was expecting, so I'm completely satisfied with that. And by no means am I discouraging anyone. If you would like to search through pennies and pull out the copper ones, and you have the time to do that, go for it by all means. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you can subscribe to my channel so that you can see great videos like this. Again, thanks.